All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. We're about to try our last time and see if it's gonna go through. So stay with me. Uh, okay, Coach Kelly. All right, thank you guys for joining High School TV USA. And today's live interview is very exclusive with Coach Kelly of Woodbury High School. Stay with me whilst we try to connect her. Moria. Okay. Thank you for joining High School TV USA. Yeah, we're still trying to get Coach Kelly live. I see she just joined. Go live. I'm trying to go live with Coach Kelly. Yeah, Coach Kelly, I'm trying to connect you. Oh man, we still having the same problem, Coach Kelly. I guess today is gonna be very bad. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my followers. Yeah, I see I see your request, but it's still telling me declined. What is happening? All right, ladies and gentlemen, finally, we are with Coach Kelly of Woodbury High School, coach, and she's the head coach.
Hi.
Welcome.
Sorry about that.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. We are so happy to have you.
Thank you.
All followers were so eager, as well as your followers, your team, all your schools, everybody on this eager to meet you. So again, introduce yourself to the world, Coach
Okay.
Kelly.
My name is Coach Kelly. I've been coaching at Woodbury High School for the past 4 years. I've been a coach of cheerleading for the past 9 years. I coach for the Woodbury Steelers. That's where I got my start coaching. And cheerleading has been a part of my life for 39 years.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a long vibe.
It is a very long time.
The last time I think we had our first interview.
hmm
We had a very lengthy chat where
hmm
you told me a lot what you guys plan in this year and what
hmm
you're doing before this year.
hmm
So before that, I want you to just give us a brief. When I left you, what is the new development?
Um, so this year we actually have like a really young team. A lot of those girls that you met last season graduated and are off in college. We have a lot of new freshmen, so we're kind of in a rebuild stage. We only have four seniors on our team this year for basketball. Um, Football, we had six. Um, so our team is like really, really young. So we're always trying to find new ways to reinvent ourselves and come up with something new. I know last time we had talked, it was because one of our videos went viral and we were getting into like the stomp and shake kind of cheer. But we're always playing around with like what our style is and always trying to stay ahead of everyone.
That's quite impressive. I'm so happy to hear that from you.
Thank you.
And I always tell my followers, my viewers, that is the best channel for you if you want to your videos to go viral, because
Right.
we are very open to all the high school students.
Yeah.
And without wasting much time,
hmm
and followers should be waiting to hear what we have in
Okay.
stock. And then before that, I said to them that we're going to have three topics.
Okay.
And one is going to be you telling are we discussing about your practice and planning
Hmm.
and skill development. And we're
Okay.
going to talk about your communication and also parent involvement in your high school cheer team.
Okay.
And thirdly, we talk about how updated you are.
Okay.
So let's roll the ball up. So tell me your structures and plan in your practice to ensure efficient development in your high school chair.
Okay. I'm really lucky that I have two assistant coaches that are amazing. Shout out to Coach Crystal and Coach Cherie. Me and Coach Crystal unfortunately don't work at the school, so it gets a little bit harder when you don't work at the school to plan. Coach
Mhm.
Cherie is the only coach that is actually at the school. So planning our season takes months. So we never get a break. When one season ends, we start planning for the next season. I'm very organized, so I have to write everything down and plan everything out. Also with that, like the school throws a lot of things at us, so they want us to be involved in pep rallies or last year we did a wrestling match for the first time that was at our school.
Okay.
When other athletes went to states, we were like cheering them out of the school or making signs. We always participate in like a Black History performance at our school. So lots of that takes planning. And then on top of that, we have 25 girls and boys that we're trying to work around their schedules because they're amazing as well. We have students who are on honor roll all the time, who are on principal's list, who are leaders in the school, student government, all types of things. So we're trying to work around all those schedules to make it work. I think football season is really hard because it's a really long season. We start when school ends the year before, and we practice all summer. And then we go to cheerleading camp, which is 4 days, and you're cheering from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night, and it's long, and then we go into a football season, which is really, really long. So basketball season I think, is like a fun season for us where we get to kind of unwind because you're in the gym, everyone is in there, so it's like really close, and you get to just have fun. Like we don't stunt during winter basketball, so you're just doing the cheers, and the environment I think is different than football.
Uh,
So I think this is our time to like unwind because right when basketball ends, we start preparing for tryouts for the following season and get right back into it. So
so in your statement, you made mention of African studies. Is that what you said?
I'm sorry.
You made you made mention of African studies. You guys some African history.
I don't. No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying the girls in general, like most of them are taking AP classes,
Oh,
so
okay.
they're like really really smart. Like we set a goal on our team that they have to have a 75 or above to be eligible to be on our cheer team, and most of them are surpassing that goal. Most of them have 80s and 90s, so we're not really worrying about that. But the expectations for them is a lot.
And
Oh, my sister is on the live. What I was saying was the Black History Month. So our
oh,
school,
okay, good. Yeah.
yeah. So our school does a big Black History Month performance, and we have a dance team at our school as well. So our squad always participates. So the girls themselves come up with the choreography for that dance.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's a very like student driven performance.
That's very
Hmm.
interesting. That I mean, I think it's a way to learn both sides of history, and history is a guidepost of every nation.
Right.
Yeah. So, man, let's jump to the second question. So, what strategies, or what are your strategy do you use to teach, I say, complex cheerleading?
Um, I- to be honest, I think my job is pretty easy because most of these girls I've been coaching since they were 5 and 6 years old with our youth program. So by the time they get to high school, me and the other coaches already know them because we spent years coaching them. It's really weird, I guess, to say it out loud, but a lot of the girls, when they see it, they watch the feet and the hands, and that's how they pick it up. Like they can see it one time and be like, okay, I'm ready to go. Um, we do a good job at like the members of the team will teach the cheer, but we have a Google Classroom where we have all the videos and the words uploaded. So once we're done practice, they can go back and reference those videos for extra practice.
And how do you assess your individual weakness chair team?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I'm saying that how do you assess and also address individual weakness and strength in the chair team as a coach?
Hmm. So we have something called a mentor program. It's where one of the upperclassmen is partnered up with an underclassman, and that's like their buddy for the season. They can go to them if they need help with the cheers. They can go to them if they need help with school. Any questions they can have that they have. If there's something else that needs to be addressed outside of that, obviously that mentor will bring it back to the coaches and let us know. But I would say probably a very strict coach, along with my other coaches. If we feel like someone is not prepared and doesn't know the material, they're going to sit until they know the material because one, you're in front of your peers and we don't want you to be embarrassed when you're out there. We want you to go out there and be like the best and be prepared. I don't want them to be have other kids like making fun of them because they don't know as much as the other kids. So I'll make them sit. And I think like for basketball season it is a little bit different because our transition from football to basketball is maybe like 2 weeks before we have a game, and we have a completely different team, so we don't always take the team from football into basketball season. Different kids do football cheer and basketball cheer, so we have tryouts in that 2 weeks and then have a game.
No, that's
So I think one of the key things for us, like the very first basketball game that we have, the cheerleaders that came from football are the only ones that cheer, so the newer girls can see like what it's like to be in that environment and what they're gonna have to face.
that, that, that's really good.
Yeah.
I'll just be right back. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, so this is Coach Kelly Kills from Woodbury High School, and he's the head coach. Very professional. Okay.
Thank you.
Today's topic is about 3 topics. We're talking about practice planning and skill development, as same as communication and involvement. And the
Hmm.
third is stay update, how you stay updated. Chat, all right. And
Hmm.
the name of this program is Chair Coaching Experience. So you're a chair coach and you think you have the great experience to explore, to let it teach people, teach the students. Just come on it. All right, back to Coach Kelly. What I'm interested in is your how do you communicate effectively with the parents team?
So I have a group chat that's set up just for the parents where they get all the information that's going on throughout the season. Um, I also have a group chat with the girls where they're updated as well. Um, I think our parents are pretty easygoing. A lot of them come, like I said, most of them I know because I had them at the youth program. So by the time they get to high school, we've been together for a really long time. So they already know what the expectation is. I think that to me makes it easier.
Yeah.
Like that, I think. So let me rewind.
Good.
So when I first started cheering, I fell in love with cheerleading because I watched my older sister cheer, and I wanted to do it. So my first program that I ever cheered for was the Woodbury Steelers. When I started coaching, that's the first program that I started coaching. That's where I met most of these kids. So when you're in a community program like that, you see kind of what they're coming in the door with. You see their home life. You see what it's like. You see everything that comes along with it. And you don't necessarily see that at the high school level, but I think that it makes me a better coach because I do have that experience. Like I know what's going on in their home life because I saw it at the field. So then that makes me more effective as a high school coach.
And is there any challenge that you have with some of the parents?
I mean, you're always going to have parent challenges. I think I'm lucky that I don't really have that many challenges. I think one of the biggest things that once you get to a senior, every parent wants to know if their kid is going to be captain. That's always like a fun conversation. But other than that, like I would say no.
And then what are some of the ages that you teach in the high school chair? Like the middle, is it middle, like middle or high school?
So I coach
Just,
ninth grade through 12th grade.
sorry, I just need the ages, their ages.
Oh, oh, I think that's 13 through 18 is the high school.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh,
But I'm also involved with the township team, so I get to see those kids come up from like our town team to the high school.
oh, I see you did a very quite good work
Yeah.
with your school, and I think your school should promote you with the yeah with the good work
I'll
you
let them know.
yeah you've been doing.
I
And
think I think as the high school coach, I think it because I started out in that midget program, it's important to still stay connected to that program to see the kids that we are getting at the high school. But I also think it's important because those kids that are on the town team, those are like 5 and 6 year olds. They look up to these girls that are on the high school and
right,
they want to be them. So one of my favorite traditions is on our annual Thanksgiving game, we have the girls the cheerleaders from our youth program come and cheer with the high school cheerleaders, so they're all together. To me, I think one of the biggest things that I learned being part of the Steelers was that we're a family. Like my family grew up not having a lot of money, and being part of that program, there's lots of other families and coaches that looked out for us and made sure that we were included and we had the things that we needed. So that was important to me to make it like a family when I came there. So I kind of took it from the Steelers and then moved it to the high school. So it's like the same. It's to me it's all about community and bringing everyone together. I want them to feel like they're seen, they're heard, and this is a safe space for them to be. Because ultimately, I've always said this like a million times. To me, it's never about cheerleading. It's always been bigger than cheerleading. It's about getting them to the next level. So, the GPA, for example, it's a 75 because when you go to college, colleges are looking for you to have a 75 or above to be a student or to be a student athlete.
with a
So, I'm trying to set them up for the
with
future.
sorry with a GPA to be part of the high school chair, do all the schools really serious or emphasize on the GPA, or just like
No,
okay,
not all schools do. I mean, it is a requirement to have some kind of GPA. Like, I think it's like a 65. Like, you have to be passing. But to me, that's just setting yourself up to be average, and we're not. I don't want average cheerleaders. I want above average. So a 75 is going to get you into college, and that's ultimately where you want to go. To me, you can be a part of the cheer team. Once you leave here and graduate, you can never cheer again. It doesn't matter what you do, but you're going to go to college or trade school, or you're going to do something,
because
and you're going to know that you have Coach Crystal, Coach Kelly, and Coach Cherie supporting you wherever you go.
that's good. So I want you to convince those watching you right now. What are some of the unique or the technique that you have to be a coach, or for someone to call you to become their head coach? What
Um,
advice?
I I think to be a head coach, you have to be open minded. You have to be willing to work way past the hours that are expected of you to work, because there's times where we're meeting in the off season or summer or giving up vacations to work on stuff for cheer or to find a way to raise money for something. I think as a coaching staff, we do a really good job at being invested in their lives and making them, like I said, feel safe, feel like a family. That some may not necessarily get outside of our program. I think above all, you have to have the passion. Hmm.
And so, what are some of the things that if you should leave the school as a head coach, the student will say, "Oh, remember Coach Kelly did this. Coach Kelly did that." Tell her, or tell her.
I think maybe my squad would say that they may not necessarily like me, but they love me. They may not like me because I'm hard on them, because I never accept what they say as the final answer. I'm always going to push them further than they think that they can go. But I think that that's what they would say. I mean, I hope that I'm not leaving anytime soon. I haven't accomplished as much as I would want to accomplish. When I was growing up, my goal was always, when I graduated high school, my goal was always to come back and coach at this high school, because that's where I went to high school and my sister went to high school. But I felt like I could do the most good in my community. Um, And I think that my next goal, now that I've accomplished that, my personal goal is that I want to be in our school's Hall of Fame. Um, as like the first cheerleading coach to be in there, but I want to be in there not because I'm a cheerleading coach, but because of the work that I do in the community.
Good. And one thing, and I think you talked about last our first interview was you guys have not gone to for any competition, right?
No, competition cheerleading is really expensive, and we come from a really small community. We do go to cheerleading camp and um compete against like other squads that compete, but unfortunately right now at this present moment it costs a lot of money to go to competitions, and that's just not something that our school has. So
Oh, is it is that something that the school can finance you guys? Because since you are building it up, you have to test the waters, you know.
I mean that is the end goal. We found a competition that we're going to enter into next year, but that's like the end goal to start that process. In the future, next season, we are planning to host a competition at our school, so we're going to kind of see how it goes and test the waters that way.
Now that is
Baby steps, baby steps.
I can tell that I can tell because all the things that you did down, they are very impressive and they are very important. And I'll urge you to keep doing what you're doing.
Mhm.
What I'm very surprised is that I hope one day you guys take a competition and you're gonna win because you can't be coaching without going to a competition. At least that
Yeah,
will tell how good you
we're
are.
going to get there. We'll get there. I
That's
think though the most important thing, because I see some of those people in there, I wouldn't be the coach that I am or the person that I am without my family, because I see that they're all on
yeah. I
here,
can see your
and I see Coach Crystal. Coach Crystal is on here.
family.
Yeah, Coach Crystal really keeps me grounded. We've been coaching together for a really long time.
Shout
So
out,
what I lack in like coaching, she's like that the other half of me.
that,
She's
that,
that person that grounds me, because sometimes I go really hard because I'm really passionate. And she's like, chill out, like take a breath. Let's come back to it. And my
that,
sister is on here, and she was one of my first cheerleading coaches.
oh,
And the reason I started cheerleading is because I wanted to be better than her.
that's nice. I see they're all supporting you. They're all here to support.
Yeah, we're super
That's
competitive.
really, really awesome. I'm really, really excited. And what are some of the your ways, your experience, or some of the things that you like to share with your student or some of the coaches watching you?
Um, to my cheerleaders, I would want to tell them that yes, I am hard on you, but it is all out of love. Um, I spend more time with them than I do with my family during the season. Um, to the other coaches, um, don't be afraid to do something out of your comfort zone. When we went viral on that Stomp and Shake video, that was like the first cheer that we were like kind of breaking into that style of cheer, and it was something that was kind of uncomfortable to me because I'm very traditional in cheer, like like the competitions that you see on TV. For college, that's the type of cheer that I did, so that was a whole new style to me, and they were kind of like interested in it, and I was just like, okay. And I was a little nervous of how it would be received, but I'm kind of glad that we did it. Like, the best feeling in the world is walking through the school and hearing like teachers and other athletes like saying the words to our cheers, or people in the stands doing them with us because they know them. That makes me feel good.
That is good. And
Yeah.
um, and last one, I want to ask you. Last our first interview, I asked you the same question. Where is your team? What pick are you taking them? And now we are 2025 now. I want you to tell me. I'll tell the followers
Hmm.
what or where you want to take your team.
Competition is definitely on the top of my list. I really want, that's one of my goals to go in the future. Um, I think just for our team to always be changing and evolving, to always be accepting of new genres of cheer. I mean, I think we're really blessed to have the people that we have on the team who kind of jumped in with both feet and are always looking up videos. I see Jasir was on here, one of my male cheerleaders. He's always scouting college cheer teams and looking for videos and
Yeah,
trying to make it
yeah,
his own.
yeah.
Yeah. But I think just like having a team and coaches all together that bring like that positive atmosphere um makes you want to come back every day, because that was my thing. I know that I would be done coaching when it's no longer fun, and I'm not there yet.
Uh, I'm very sure your student love you so much. They love the work and the discipline you're giving them. I was thinking it up. What do you have to say about high school TV? All the coaches that are out there who want to come on this show to talk about their school. What do you have for them?
um I say do it. I think it's a great platform, especially if you're trying to get your team out there. I think that you noticing our video kind of really opened doors for us, because we would get a little bit of negative comments on our videos, like, oh, look at these white girls doing this style of cheer. But when you see our team is very diverse, and that's the thing that I love about our team. So after you picked up the first video and you started sharing it, we got so many more views and so many encouraging words. And I think that was motivation for my team to keep going. Like, they needed to hear that. They hear motivation, but like from our coaches, it's different to hear it from someone who doesn't know you.
No.
Um, but to any coaches, I would say come on here,
Right.
put your team out there. I think any feedback is positive feedback. Um, I mean, we've gained so many followers from you sharing our video,
Yeah,
which we're
always.
appreciative of.
And
And like I said to the team at one point, there was like, some negative comments on there, and to kind of like tune it out. Like, it's feedback. They're watching.
yeah,
So,
you know,
you know,
and, and some of the negativity that comes on your video, don't let it bother you because I
yeah.
feel it is some of the negativity can shape you guys in your
Yeah.
way. So take everything out of all the negativity and build up.
Yep.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Kelly Kills. You already know, from Woodbury High School, Pennsylvania.
New Jersey.
Sorry, my God, nobody heard that. I mean, New Jersey. Yeah, New
Woodbury,
Jersey.
New Jersey.
All around, all people live in New. The
Yep.
best school to go to is Woodbury High School,
That.
and the best contact is Coach Kelly Kills because she's very popular too. Yes. All right, and
We do have the best cheer team in the state. We
oh,
do.
thank
We
you.
do. We do.
You know, yep. And tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I have another interview with me from Martin. Where's Coach Green? Martin Luther High School. Same
Okay.
p.m. So stick with me. Tomorrow I'll be here. My followers, show love and show
Thank
love.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
Go Herd.
Bye bye.
Bye.